So this is a story that happened about a year ago. Go to the barbershop and Goodfellas on TV. Seen it before, plenty of times. But anyway, Robert De Niro has the hair slicked back like this. Very cool haircut. I'm very inspired by this. Originally, I went to the barbershop. I didn't have a plan what I was doing, but I was very inspired by this haircut De Niro had. So I go up to the barber. He says, "What do you want?" I pointed to the TV and I said, I want just like De Niro. Anyway, this is after. This is bad storytelling. Storytelling tip. Go in chronological order. Anyway, I got to the barbershop. I I waited on a specific guy. Okay, this is a different story. Go to the barbershop. It's about a year and a half ago. Need a haircut. Go to the barbershop. Sit down. There are five guys in the barbershop. I'm waiting on a specific guy. The guy's name is Johnny. So I'm waiting on him. I want him in particular. There are three people sitting down. Johnny's giving a guy a haircut. There are four other barbers. So I'm watching the TV. There's TV in the barbershop. I'm watching, I think it was How I Met Your Mother. Decent, you know. Hmm. Anyway, he gets done with that. I'm an episode in. He gets done with that guy. Guy who's sitting next to me goes up there. Now it's his turn to get a haircut. This guy, apparently, even though he's balding, it's an hour haircut. I watch an episode of How I Met Your Mother, and then it goes to Everybody Loves Raymond. Which is, I mean, anyway. So at this point, I've been in there an hour. And then the guy who's sitting next to me, the two guys, the last one, now he's going up for a haircut. Everybody was lined up for Johnny. Johnny's a fucking superstar over here. Waiting on Johnny. So now I see two more episodes of Everybody Loves Raymond. Might as well buy the whole DVD, season 3, right? Anyway, I'm getting really tired. I feel like hungry and tired, like I could just fall asleep. I feel like I was keeping myself awake at points. Anyways, you get to see a whole nother Ray Romano story arc. Then it's my turn to get my hair cut. I go up there. He says, "What do you want?" I say the usual. We don't have a usual. If we do, he doesn't remember what it is. Also, if it's anything like last haircut, it's not a great haircut. Anyway, starts giving me a haircut. I've been to this barber 2 times prior, and he's repeating a story from one of the 2 other times I've gotten a haircut. It's apparently it was he thought it was a very good story. He might just tell it to every single person every time, and either no one says anything or they think it's so good they encourage him. I don't know. Anyway, it's about him being in Florida on spring break when he was young and dealing with black people, basically. That's basically the story. And it's a big deal for him. Uh, anyway, I start feeling like I'm falling asleep. And I feel like it's just the story is so boring. But then as it keeps happening, it feels worse and worse. And then suddenly I'm kind of leaning back and I'm moving my legs, trying to just keep everything circulating, keep everything going. And then I feel like I'm dozing off, like I'm falling asleep, but then I have kind of like a headache. So it's not like I'm falling asleep, but it's like something's getting worse and worse. And then I'm looking, and my vision is just getting whiter and whiter until, and I'm talking and I'm saying, I'm very hesitant to speak anyway, but I'm saying something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Eventually I see all white. Last thing I remember saying is, I don't know what's happening. I can't see. And I was freaking out that I was dying, having a heart attack or something. And then I have no idea how much later this happened. I wake up and I'm on the floor. And the first thing I recollect is that I'm sideways on the floor and everyone's speaking to me, worried. And they're all freaking out. And the one of the first things I remember is that my jeans are like wet from apparently me sweating so much. But my number one fear at the time was that I passed out and pissed my pants in front of everyone, and everyone was crowded around me. It was a very big spectacle. And an even weirder thing is that uh, there was a woman in there waiting on her husband to get a haircut, and she was a nurse. It's very, very unlikely. Anyway, they stand me back up almost immediately, which apparently you're not supposed to do, but and they give me crackers and tea. I'm guessing it was low blood sugar. That's my guess. It's my official hypothesis, if you're keeping note. But anyway, I get back up. They put me in the chair. Everyone goes their separate ways and kind of pretends it didn't happen. And then I just don't really say anything. He gives me the haircut. I give him an $8 tip. And then I'm outside, and the nurse and him both follow me out. And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I got it. And I walk home. And then I called my sister and I was like, I just passed out, just so you know, in case like I die. And then she was like, and I said, I just passed out at the barber. She says, this is a joke. And I said, passing out is no joke.